as I get older and the more time that I've had on earth to think and reflect on past situations that I've been, whether I made the right decision or the wrong decision, or maybe why I made the decision that I made and the different outcomes of what I could have did differently, the more I have these epiphanies and these light bulb moments of, oh, so that was what I was supposed to do, you know, or that's why that happened. I can't help but think I wish I had somebody in my life to tell me this at the time, because it would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of trouble and a lot of mental stress and, you know, all in all, a lot less regret. You know, there's a big chance, honestly, that there was somebody that told me, or I read it online or somewhere, or just I've heard it through cliches or anything, and it just didn't process in my head because probably the delivery, right? 9 times out of 10, especially with cliches, 9 times out of 10, it's like, it's never the message, it's the messenger, right? Or like if you just try to operate off cliches, we've heard it all. Everything happens for a reason, you know. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. It'll all be worth it in the end, you know, or like just even in romance, like you can't love someone until you love yourself. All of these things make perfect sense because I have the track record and the data in my life to come to those conclusions. And I understand that if you don't have that data or that experience, then it's hard to implement that, right? Which is mainly the reason why I started this channel. I wish I had someone in my life earlier on to explain these concepts to me in a way that I understand. Now, it's not to discredit people who have tried to help, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure I operate just like everyone else. It's like you could tell me something, but if it's not clicking in my head, there's a good chance that it didn't resonate, right? Or that I'm gonna do something about it. At the end of the day, just like these people have told me in the past, and just like these cliches, most of the time, the principles are right. Most of the time, right? The issue here is that the cliches kind of sound like, you know, ambiguous poetry, right? But it is until you experience it, until you realize, oh, it's so true. And so what I'm here to do is explain to you simple cliches, or just, you know, maybe just give you insight on my experience and what I learned from it, and the main principle that will help you change your life, because they honestly helped me change my life. I mean, I am not any special of a human being. I am a regular person who really wants to achieve great things, and I know that I will, but at the same time, I understand I'm a regular human being. I don't have superhuman traits. I don't have super strong discipline. You know, like, I'm not over here trying to be like David Goggins, and it's like, no disrespect to David Goggins. I understand what he's got going on, and, you know, a lot of his principles are true and they're very admirable. But at the end of the day, you know, he's kind of coming from like a superhuman kind of position, right? That guy's built different, and we can draw inspiration from it. It's all a brand, right? I really want to make this clear. He really is this crazy superhuman being person. When you don't identify with him as a person, then it's kind of hard to like take in his message. You know what I mean? Because it's like in the back of your mind, you're always going to think, well, I'm not like you. I'm not a superhuman like you. I understand how people receive things, especially with content. It's just like anything can turn you off. Whether you're watching someone who's a superhuman, you might think, man, get a load of this guy. Or maybe somebody who's like really astrology based. If you don't believe in astrology, then, you know, you're not going to watch it. You're just not. And you might not even believe it, even if like the things that they're saying are true. Because you're not into astrology, you're not gonna listen, right? Or maybe on the other side, religion. There's a lot of great principles, but it's like if you don't naturally gravitate towards religious messages, then you're just gonna brush it off, right? So I'm here to tell you where I'm coming from. I'm a regular person. I don't think I'm anything special DNA wise. I'm just someone who experiences life similar to the average person, but I still want to be the most perfect version of myself that I possibly can be. The goal isn't to be perfect. There is no perfect, but really the goal for me, and that I think for everyone, should be being the best version of themselves, right? Me being the best version of myself. That's like a goal that you could actually kind of define and aim towards, right? Nobody's gonna be perfect, but you can definitely be the best version of yourself. And we all know what that looks like, right? Whether it be in our relationships, whether it be financially, goals, inner peace, mental health, all that. I'm on my journey to achieving the best versions of that. Thankfully, I've reached a point where I am coming to a lot of epiphanies and conclusions that are, you know, leading me towards that. And hopefully I can show you my testimonies along the way. But I just want to set the record straight. I'm just a regular person with huge goals that I know I'm going to achieve because I developed my mentality. I'm not any mentally stronger than anyone, like, naturally. I had to build this. I had to make so many things make sense in my head that never made sense to me in the past. And now that I've had these thoughts that, you know, I was afraid to have, it came with peace and it came with answers that I wish I had earlier. And this is where I want to do my part, by sharing it with whoever comes across these videos. I'm not putting my Instagram down here. I'm not selling you a course. There's literally nothing. I don't plan on making a course, but I'm really not doing this for any direct benefit. Obviously, if the opportunity comes where, you know, I could put ads on here, of course I'm gonna do it because it's opportunity right there. But I just want to make the record clear that I'm not doing this to sell you anything. I'm literally just doing this for inner peace. I'm doing this because I wish I had someone to tell. And so this is just my way of sharing my findings. My focus is explaining these core concepts that you probably have heard but are having a hard time grasping. I can explain it to you in the most practical way possible because that's how my mind works, and that's how I needed things explained. It really needs to make sense in my head. You hear what I have to say and you're like, you can't even deny it. You know, there's no mumbo jumbo, no poems, no propaganda, no branding behind it or anything. Just me trying to be that inner voice in your head that explains to you in a way that resonates with you. That's what I want to do. Not only that, but, you know, maybe this will be something nice to look back on. Even if this video only gets 10 views, if that's 10 potential people that I could plant the seed for, that I could relay the message that I wish that I was hearing when I was younger, and then I feel like that's plenty of purpose for me, you know, and that's just as rewarding for me. So that's why I started this channel. Just because you don't change your life right after watching any of my videos, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, as long as the seed is planted and you don't act on it, when you do eventually, it's just all gonna make sense. Or at the end of the day, if, you know, time passes and you find yourself in a bad situation, you can't even say, I didn't know. You know what I mean? This concept was never explained to me. It was explained to you, bro, by this brown guy online, right? I'm not red pill. I'm not blue pill. I'm very, very empathy based, and I'm very, very explain practically based. I'm not gonna hide behind like self-help jargon or anything like that. I'm just gonna tell you like it is and try to explain things that are just undeniable to accept. Whether, you know, you're ready for that or not, I don't know, but just play it. Like, just play it in the background. It's not that serious, right? TLDR, I just want to plant the seed to whoever comes across this video. And this is also just another way to practice discipline with uploading content and editing and, you know, yada, yada, yada. Like, this is like a creative release for me. I'm here for me more than I'm here for you. But since what I need from me is to help other people right now, then I'm here for you. Let's just talk, you know? It's not that big of a deal, right?